this next contest of Sacrifice is not going to be a matchup. This is going to be an out-out fight. It is Barbed Wire Massacre for the NLW Hardcore Championship between Raven and John Cena. And before this brutal matchup gets underway, we're going to take a look back at how Cena and Raven continued their legendary feud. It is one of the most personal feuds in years. Raven and John Cena have been at each other's throats for months. Since the night after WrestleMania, they have wanted nothing more than to beat the hell out of each other, and it all comes to a head at Sacrifice in one of the most brutal contests in this company's history, Barbed Wire Massacre.
I see exactly what you're trying to do here. He wants to end John Cena, and quite frankly, so do you. But what about me? What about Raven? In your world, that's easy. And for what? To pop you? I'm doing these people a favor. I see exactly what this is about. Oh, it was great. Did you see how evil John Cena was? Because you don't want me as champion. I'm the last person you want as champion. Look at me. You are talking about something you know nothing about. I wear a skirt. I paint my face. I'm a little freaky, and I'm a lot dysfunctional. Because in my world, the rules are simple. Before this night is over, I will have your full attention. I'm going to fight you. Quote the Raven, nevermore.
It may all end at Sacrifice. It is going to be for the NLW Hardcore Championship, Raven versus Cena, Barbed Wire Massacre. And all of that combined leads into tonight, this Barbed Wire Massacre for the NLW Hardcore Championship. We have never seen a Barbed Wire Massacre match in NLW before, and we may well never see one again, because this match is going to be bloody, it's going to be barbaric, it's not going to be one for the faint of heart. This is for the Hardcore title, and here comes the challenger. John Cena making his way to the ring, to a chorus of boos, and a little more than usual. This audience making it clear to Cena who they want to win, and it is not Cena himself. Cena has never competed in a Barbed Wire Massacre matchup. He's never even competed in a match like this before. But he likes to consider himself the king of hardcore wrestling. And live here tonight at Sacrifice, maybe, just maybe, he is going to win back and reclaim what he lost at Over the Limit. What is the Hardcore Championship? And he waits in the ring, he shakes his head, because his opponent is about to make his way to the ring. The NLW Hardcore Champion, Chloe the Raven, nevermore. Earlier tonight on NLW Metal, Raven came to the ring, he sat down and proudly stated that the only way Cena was going to beat him was if Raven beat himself first, because we know the mind games that have been played over the past few weeks, and especially with that barbed wire bat that Cena usually carries to the ring, and he's looking for an escape, but he knows that the ring ropes are covered in barbed wire. And this matchup is not going to be for the faint of heart. Certainly, look at him swinging for the fences already, and now going for Cena with that barbed wire bat, but gets it caught in the ring ropes, and now Cena going behind with the headlock right now, applied onto Raven, and now Raven, oh my god, almost sends Cena into the top turnbuckle in that barbed wire. And remember, that barbed wire is surrounding the ringside area, it is surrounding the ropes, and now Raven trying to get Cena in the ropes, but instead gets away from it in the Bulldog by John Cena, and you see there, instinctively going for the ropes, but in this matchup, obviously, you grab onto those ropes, you're going to end up with bloody hands. And that is something that Cena and Raven have to be wary of, because there's never been a matchup like this in NLW, and look at Cena, just mocking Raven right here. And an explicit chant goes to Cena right now, because he is not making any friends. here in this arena here tonight, and certainly not against Raven. There's a massive chair shot to the skull, using it as a step ladder, and just delivering a massive splash onto the prone body of John Cena. Cena is the former NLW Hardcore Champion. Raven lost the Hardcore title originally to John Cena at Destruction. Cena, look at this, on his shoulders and the powerbomb, sitting out onto that chair. And that may have broken his back, let alone the barbed wire surrounding ringside. John Cena doesn't even need it. He's going to inflict as much pain as possible onto Raven. However, John Cena is obviously not going to be happy, especially after what happened this past weekend. Oh my God! Cena's the first one to taste that barbed wire, and look at Raven. Jesus Christ, do you see the way he's raking his head against that barbed wire? And Cena not getting any love from this audience. And I don't blame them either, because Cena has conducted himself in a malicious way over the past few months, and it's obvious in this feud with Raven. Second top rope elbow drop by Raven, and oh my God! And again sent into that barbed wire, and Raven tastes it. John Cena kicking out, and oh my God, look at the top of his head there, lacerated, and slapping him again, and oh my God, again into that barbed wire. It's an ever-present danger here as Cena tries to go after Raven again with blood spouting out of his wound. His skin is literally sticking to that barbed wire here. Cena's in trouble maybe. No, he's not! For the love of God, again! That barbed wire sticking to the skull, and the prone body of Raven, and the cuts and bruises showing up already, and now Cena raking that barbed wire back into the face of Raven, and an open wound. Raven is already bleeding heavily from the top of his head, and several cuts on his arms are already showing. Raven is begging at the moment. Cena runs at him, but instead goes into the barbed wire himself. Oh my God. Oh my God, look at the pectoral muscles, and look at the back of his ear. The back of his head is worked on again with that steel chair by Raven. But do you see that? His ear has been lacerated just behind it there, and it's bleeding from his ear right now. That may have messed up his equilibrium. If that didn't, this certainly did. The neckbreaker onto the steel chair, and already early on, not even 5 minutes into this matchup, and both men are already bleeding heavily, I might add. And John Cena wants no further part of this, and oh my God, I apologise for that. John Cena telling Raven where he can stick it, and now Raven messes up right there, going after John Cena. And Cena, he wants that hardcore title, and he wants it desperately, and he uses it with full effectiveness to literally cave in the back of Raven's skull. And maybe this is ironically a safer place. Usually in a matchup it's not the safest place to be on the outside, but considering ringside and in the ring is filled with barbed wire, it's probably their safest bet as a hip toss sends Cena to the concrete below. And you already see the blood and the cuts on his chest right there, and that net breaker onto the floor. Raven is a vicious character, there's no doubt about it, as Raven trying to Irish whip Cena, but Cena reverses him into the cameraman out here. And now both these guys irking the crowd is Cena right now as he goes after Raven, and Raven now sent face first into the ring post. There is that barbed wire bat that John Cena has used to maim Raven in the past, and he does again. And now again, look at that, raking his mouth across it. This is a sick, sadistic son of a bitch, and I'm sorry for using that language, but you know what, if you're offended by that language, you should really be offended by how much blood and violence there is in this matchup. Because look at this, the way that John Cena is maiming Raven right now. We've said before this isn't for the faint of heart, but I don't even think that these fans expected it to get this brutal, and oh my, John Cena was on the top of that ladder but got his leg caught under him. And both these men are in the crowd right now, that tech area, just in behind these fans, as Cena sent through the table. They've gotten away from the barbed wire for the moment, but an even more dangerous area in that equipment behind the fans in this crowd. Raven go for the Raven effect, but instead reversed onto that steel table. Well, that wooden table at least. Both these men bloodied already. And John Cena is again trying to go to the top of that ladder. He wants to risk it right now. He marks Raven with that pose, but tries to send him through the table, but is sent for it himself. And it serves him right at the moment. John Cena goes straight through that table, and he returned on episode 27, a cross-line special, putting Raven through the barbed wire table, and now he is getting a taste of his own medicine. It was a Destruction that Cena beat Raven originally for the Hardcore title. That was a incredible contest in itself. And then to add insult to injury, the Over the Limit matchup for the I Quit Hardcore title, John Cena made to say I quit by Raven, and now Raven and Cena are back at ringside, moving that barricade aside to get back into the ring. Raven is back in it, and now a drop toe hold to John Cena. And now the Raven effect is taking place, and oh my god, that's something I haven't seen before in NLW. It's a steel chair wrapped in barbed wire, and now Raven looking for Cena, but oh my god, the DDT off of that steel chair wrapped in barbed wire, and even more lacerations on the face right now. Cena sucks. The chant is ringing in this arena, and for the love of God, again, and a drop kick into the barbed wire. You'd think by now that this match would be over, because look at the blood spewing from every part of their body. Oh no, my 5-knuckle shuffle with that barbed wire baseball bat. A home run for Cena. And now John Cena, his equilibrium must be busted, considering the blood is flowing from his ear, and I think he's ripped some of that barbed wire off of the ring ropes, but Raven using that barbed wire steel chair, hitting it off the skull of John Cena. And now maybe he can build momentum. Maybe he can get back into this. He is raking that barbed wire steel chair across the face of Cena. Oh no, good God, look at that. Look at the cuts on Cena, and now again with that barbed wire steel chair, jamming it into the face from the apron. I cannot believe how intense this match has gone. I expected it to be brutal. I just didn't. You know, when you hear it live, you don't expect it to hit home as much as this, but it certainly is a gruesome sight, especially here at ringside. And oh my god, more barbed wire, as if there wasn't enough already. John Cena with 2 barbed wire boards separate from each other as the blood continues to flow from Raven and Cena, and oh my, are we going to see an FU battle rate to the eyes by Raven? Cena went for the FU on that barbed wire board, and now punch him in the stomach and survival like tactic, bite in the neck, and oh my, he dives at him again, and the FU on that barbed wire. The FU on that barbed wire, and his back must be busted by now. He's got that barbed wire strip in hand, and oh, for God's sake, he's wrapped it around his neck, he's wrapped it around his face, and the STFU applied to Raven with that barbed wire is truly disgusting. Raven may have no choice but to tap out here, but uses that bat and uses it to bat away John Cena. So much blood. It's pretty graphic, I apologise, but these two men, this just goes to show you how much they hate each other. When Raven was first attacked by John Cena the night after WrestleMania, I don't think any of us expected the feud to get this intense, but it's come to this. Cena sent off the top rope into that barbed wire again. Raven wants to run at him, but he is caught out with the barbed wire also. And even more cuts to worry about tonight. A truly stinging shower awaits both of these guys, because my god, they're going to be bandaged up, and now Cena has him held. Oh my god, a pole driver onto the barbed wire strip. Here's the cover, but another kick out by Raven. I'm at a loss for words. You may not like John Cena, you may not like Raven, but you have to respect the show they are putting on right now. I've not seen many wrestlers put themselves through this barbaric torture, but Raven and John Cena are showing their dedication right here. The barbed wire. I think Raven may have he hasn't broken his neck, thank God, but he could have broken his neck on that pile driver. Runs at him again. Runs another barbed wire board on the chair shot. Sends Cena wedged. And the leg drop onto the 2 plywood of barbed wire. And now picked up again. Raven effect. And if you'd gone for the cover there, it could have been over. Raven hitting that even flow DDT even. And what more can you do? He's getting out the barbed wire again. It's on that board, and why is there so much barbed wire under the ring? Beats me, but he's setting it up now menacingly. He looks at it. He knows what he wants to do. But can Raven get... Oh my God. Oh gee! Oh my Lord! Oh my God! The freaking hell! The barbed wire is sticking to him, and oh, good God! It's sticking to his entire body. It's in his clothes. It's all over. And look at this again. Such a forceful bat shot to the head of Raven, and he's sent back in the ring again. And this isn't about titles anymore. Cena, look at his eyes. This is about maiming Raven and ending his career, and he is so close to doing so. Raven was sent through that barbed wire board. Here at ringside, and now the barbed wire table, like we saw in episode 29, brought into play. Are we going to see an FU? No. Raven gets off of his shoulders, and Cena is sent into that barbed wire. It's sticking into his neck and his face, and what more can he do? It's a freaking lighter. Oh my God. Oh no. No freaking way. No freaking way. It's... Can't believe this. He set the freaking thing on fire. Raven! This is insane! Through the fire! Through the barbed wire! Through the table! He could have suffered 3rd-degree burns right there, but the Raven effect by Raven, and he has won it. I'm at a loss for words. That was Jesus. That was amazing. I'm actually speechless. My throat is so hoarse. I cannot believe that it resorted to that. We'll take a look back at the replay anyway. Well, he went for the FU through that table, and then Raven, so sadistic, he's been pushed over the edge. The table was set on fire, the barbed wire table was set on fire, I should say. And then Raven hitting the Raven effect, hitting a suplex through that flaming table, and now the EMTs are working on John Cena, and you can just see in their eyes. Raven is still your hardcore champion, but John Cena, he's in La La Land. And this truly makes you question the state that John Cena is in right now. Is he ever going to be able to compete in this ring again? Both of these men were just as willing to end each other's careers, and John Cena is the one who has probably gone out the worst of the wear. But both of these men, I applaud them. I applaud them so much, because they put on a wrestling it may not have been a wrestling classic, but it was a sure as hell brutal fight. And that is what NLW is all about. And that is what these fans loved. And Raven is still your hardcore champion. But speaking of champions, Triple H lost the NLW World Heavyweight Championship to Sting back at our Cross the Line special. Sting and Triple H are going to go one-on-one in our main event, and it is going to be for the World Heavyweight Championship. How is Sting feeling? He may not have fully recovered from that sledgehammer attack a few weeks ago, but nevertheless, they are scheduled to go one-on-one for the NLW World Heavyweight Championship. Sting, Triple H, the Game versus the Icon. They go one-on-one, and it's our main event next week.